What is up, guys? It's Sim from WeAreTottenhamTV here. Just me today, but here is your daily World Cup roundup. Now we'll start with Brazil versus Mexico. What was anticipated to be quite a tight game. Turned out Brazil 2, Mexico 0. Early stages, Mexico were kind of pounding on the door, kind of creating all the running, all the chances, but couldn't make their chances pay. And against a team like Brazil, it was always going to happen that if you don't put your chances away early doors, Brazil just have the quality to hurt you at the other end, and it's exactly what happened in all reality. Mexico were at their frustrating best. It's kind of how they've been all tournament. A lot of flashy play, a lot of intent, but no real ruthlessness to kind of get shots off, get chances off. And again, Mexico in the final third making the wrong decisions, which they've done all tournament. It's probably been their downfall. Brazil, on the other hand, now they kind of definitely stepped up their performance from the group stages. Definitely seen better performances from them here. I think Neymar really shone with a goal and assist, though stupidly was caught diving. Although it's a bit of a debate there because Layun did kind of make contact with a stamp, but was it enough contact for him to go rolling all around the place? Probably not. So it's going to be interesting going forward whether referees see him as more of a diver or they saw him as harshly treated. Matt Plattenberg said actually it should have been a red card. I was of the opinion it should have been a red card, and it probably should have been a booking for Neymar as well, as it was pretty poor from him. But he got a goal and assist. It was his good football that set up the first goal. We did a 1-2 with Willian, who did some lovely running in behind the defence. He crossed the ball in. There was Neymar's tap home. And it was Neymar's chance to turn provider right in the death, about the 89th minute, crossing the ball into Roberto Firmino, who came on as a sub, and they end up winning the game 2-0. Now, Roberto Firmino, for the second time, has influenced the game pretty positively since coming off the bench. Is he going to get a start now in the next round? Remains to be seen. Let us know in the comments below if you think Firmino should start against Jesus. But in this game, Mexico had their moments, but again, they just didn't pick the right options in the final third, and they didn't. And it's been a theme for teams who are playing Brazil. Brazil give you a lot of space in behind. They give you a chance to kind of make up that opportunity to kind of catch them on the counter attack, but Mexico just didn't make the most of it. And Lozano and Vela didn't do enough for me. They just didn't do enough and end up winning. Brazil ended up winning the game 2-0. You got to give credit to Brazil. They've only conceded one goal in this tournament, and there are many opportunities in this game. Many opportunities in this game where Lozano and Vela were one-on-one with their fullbacks, and the fullbacks pretty much came on top every time. So you've got to give credit to the fullbacks, Felipe Luis and Wagner. But at the end of the day, Brazil move on to the quarterfinals as expected. But the better game really came later in the day when Japan took on Belgium in what was probably one of the, again, this is the World Cup that keeps on giving, and it was one of the games of the tournament. It finished Japan 2, Belgium 3 in the 90th minute. Belgium won it. 0-0 at half-time. Was a pretty even game. Japan playing some nice, pretty football, not really hurting Belgium. Belgium knocked on the door quite a few times in the first half, but didn't quite cause Japan enough problems. But in the second half, it just blew into life, this game. What a game this was. The Japan player who would... let's get it up. It was Haraguchi. Just after half-time, capitalising on a Vertonghen mistake. He let the ball slip through him, and Haraguchi kind of goes through one-on-one. He hesitates a bit. You think the chance is gone, but he whips out an unbelievable finish into the far corner. Into the far corner on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Absolutely phenomenal finish by Haraguchi. 1-0 Japan. It made it to literally 4 minutes later. It was absolute dreamland for Japan. It was completely shocked. Panic stations all over the place. Everyone was getting very giddy, especially all the England fans. Inui, he's probably been Japan's best player over this World Cup with a long-range drive into the far corner, beating Courtois. All ends up right into the side netting, and it was 2-0 Japan after 52 minutes. You're thinking, oh my God, England actually lost the game to Belgium to get Colombia, and you thought maybe Belgium had the easy job with Japan over Colombia. But you know what? Japan were absolutely putting in a wonderful performance. Really, really good football, like passing the ball around, threatening Belgium, not being scared to play with the ball, not being scared to go forward, put men forward, and it really hurt Belgium. But Belgium made 2 changes, which changed the whole complexion of the game. They took off Mertens and they took off Carrasco, and they brought on Nasser Chadli, and they brought on Marouane Fellaini. and it completely changed the game. All credit to Roberto Martinez on that front, because Belgium were really struggling at this point. They really were. They weren't getting any kind of purchase on the ball. They weren't creating any chances. But as soon as they got that more added height onto the pitch, Japan just couldn't handle it, and it was 2-1 after about 68 minutes, I believe. And it was after about 68 minutes, and it was Jan Vertonghen who scored a looping header from 18 yards out. And people asking, well, did he mean it? Do not? It's Jan Vertonghen. He doesn't do flukes. Super Jan. So 2-1, fantastic header, and looped right into the far corner. The keeper, maybe a better keeper would have done better there, but he was caught out all ends up. 4 minutes later, 2-2, a cross into the box by Eden Hazard, a bit of trickery. Eden Hazard, who had been, I thought, impressing pretty much throughout the game. He actually hit the post straight after Japan took the lead with a fierce drive, but he got the cross in from Marouane Fellaini, and he headed that ball down, powerful header, right into headed it down, giving the keeper no chance, right in the centre of the goal. Made it 2-2, 2 goals in 5 minutes for Belgium, putting them back in the game. And then games petered out a bit. Japan got a foothold back in the game after you thinking 2 goals in 5 minutes for Belgium, thinking they're going to blow Japan away. Now they didn't. Up until the 94th minute, Honda gets a free kick from about, must have been easy 35, 40 yards out. He goes for goal. Courtois makes a good save, puts it out for a corner. From the resulting corner, Honda takes the corner. It's claimed by Courtois in the 93rd minute, probably 93rd minute, about 30 seconds left. Japan have too many men forward. Courtois rolls it to De Bruyne, who runs with the ball all the way up until the edge of the Japan box. He plays in Meunier, who squares it to Lukaku, who dummies it unbelievably. And there, the back post is Nasser Chadli, former Spurs, to put Belgium through right at the death. Last kick, literally the last kick of the game. Absolute scenes, and what a game that was. Belgium pretty disappointed from their point of view, as obviously they went through, so they've got to be happy with that, and they came out from 2-0 down, but as an overall performance, you've got to say they kind of lacked a bit of purchase in the game, and I think they'll be disappointed that Japan had so much of that game, and Japan kind of outplayed them for most of the game in all reality. But they've got to be proud for that resilience they showed, that last half an hour, scoring 3 goals after they did them buried, to be honest, at 2-0 down. And they really showed character. Roberto Martinez changing the game with those 2 substitutions who both came on and scored. So credit to him. And now the next round is going to be Brazil versus Belgium, and it's going to be an epic game. I absolutely can't wait for it. Will Brazil be able to keep Hazard, Lukaku and Mertens out? Remains to be seen. Will Belgium be able to time up defensively when Brazil come around? Because Japan really took the game to them, and they struggled big time with that 3 at the back. I think Carrasco really struggled in that left wing back position. He really got caught out a few times, and that was a big source of Japan's. It was a big source of how Japan got through in the Belgian defence. I think their back 3 didn't quite work this game with Kompany, Alderweireld and Vertonghen, even though they're through 3 exceptional defenders. They did get caught out. I think the wing backs kind of got caught outfield far too often, and it'll be interesting to see how they do moving forward, because Brazil have Neymar and Willian on the wings with Coutinho supporting. So also a big problem with Belgium, I thought. First of all, no Moussa Dembele. Why are you not playing Moussa Dembele? Are you serious? Why are you playing Axel Witsel? Dembele is one of the best centre mids in the Premier League. I think they missed out on his quality big time in terms of ball retention. I thought De Bruyne was mastered out the game big time. I know he got an assist right at the end, or kind of half assist for the counter-attack, but he was so well shackled by the Japan midfield. I think they had a midfield 3 up against Belgium's midfield 2, and they were able just to play around him. He tried to press them, they were able to play around him, and he tried to break through their press, and he couldn't do it. And you've got to give credit to Japan there. I think Shiji Kagawa, dropping back and helping out, I thought he was absolutely phenomenal all game. And it was a shame for him to be on the losing side. But got a feel for Japan. 2-0 up, really gave it their all. Replayed some really nice football, some really good attacking football. Weren't scared of Belgium, but at the end of the day, attacked a bit naive from that corner, I think. Too many men forward, literally just before extra time. Play out for extra time. They didn't. They got caught on the counter, and they got made to pay. So Belgium are in the next round. Going forward to tomorrow, it's obviously Sweden versus Switzerland and England versus Belgium to look forward to. England versus Colombia to look forward to. I'm really looking forward to this one. England, it's now a real test for England, obviously, because we had Tunisia and Panama. Tunisia, we kind of struggled. Obviously, got the last minute winner. Panama, we just rolled them over. and Belgium we rested. So here's a real test. Are England in this are going to be serious contenders in this World Cup, or is it just going to be another disappointing false hope for the England fans? Remains to be seen. It's going to be a big test for England. I really can't wait to see how this pans out. But Colombia, no mugs, Falcao, Cuadrado, Quintero, and if James is fit, he'll be there. Really good players. So I'm going to go for 2-1 England. It's going to be a close one. Kane will get a couple, and Falcao for Colombia. So it should be a really great game. I'm expecting England to go attacking, to take the game to Colombia. And I don't expect Colombia to be sitting back at all. But Davinson Sanchez, obviously at the back for Colombia, he's going to be a tough nut to crack. But Dele Alli came up for the game. He said that Davinson Sanchez is a very good centre back, but as all centre backs do, they all have weaknesses, and he's going to try and exploit them to his utmost ability. And Dele Alli is set to start against Colombia after an injury, ruled him out of the Panama game. So that's good news for England, and really looking forward to that one tomorrow. So tune in. We should have a vlog out for that one tomorrow. So look out for that. Comment below. Let us know what you think of the Brazil-Mexico game, and let us know also what you thought of Belgium-Japan, if you thought Belgium deserved to go through. Look out for tomorrow for the vlog. Like, subscribe, and as always, come on England!